Welcome back, and there are a lot of cards in Magic. A whole bunch that you've probably forgotten about that are going up in value. Stay tuned, we're going to talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel, you're somehow finding me for the first time out there in YouTube land, thanks a lot for checking out my content today. I do hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, we have an interesting conversation topic. With all the cards going on in the buyouts and the reserve list, trying to figure out how many cards are out there, how many cards you want to get your hands on, people are forgetting how many cards there really are and how many cards are going up in value that people are kind of missing. I thought I would touch base on that because not all these ones are going to be reserve lists, but they are older cards generally and hard to get. And I think sometimes when you're looking for value in cards and ways to step up later on into higher echelon cards, you got to build your base of lower cards for trading and selling later. People forget these ones. So let's touch base on those today. Let's have some fun with it. Remember, leave those comments at the end. I would love to see what people think. So our first card I thought we'd talk about is going to be an Icy Manipulator. Now, it isn't going to be Icy specific. It's not going to be a beta or an alpha, but the card in general. It was out in alpha, beta, and unlimited, but they skipped it and revised, and it didn't come back to what, Ice Age, I believe? Now you have to remember, this card back in the day was brutal on people. You were tapping lands, giving people mana burn, which doesn't even exist anymore, tapping creatures, stopping things from working. It was horrible. This card was a pain. And what people did is they copy artifact it. They would do all kinds of fun shenanigans back in the day. Now, this card has pretty much fell to the wayside for many people. It does serve a utilitarian purpose in some decks when it gets reprinted into a standard set. But for the most part, it's kind of gone to the side. But the original artwork printing is quite iconic. It does look beautiful when you see it on your screen right there. And what I think people forget is the new printings of it. They've chosen different artwork. It's just not the same. Okay? Not nearly as cool as seeing the guy holding his hand with the globe in the air, right? Now, this card is not cheap, even at this level, but finding an unlimited one that's beat up or moderately played for around the $100 mark is totally possible. But it's going to have the original printing artwork. Most people forget the original printing cards are going to hold value later on the more collectible this card game becomes in the long term. First printings, second printings of when artwork is done. And this stuff is iconic to look at. Lightning and stuff in the background, slowing down everything. Amazing. I myself bought numerous ones. I remember walking into a card shop somewhere around 2005, 2006 and buying beta copies, unlimited copies. I bought everything they had, but they were only $5 each. They didn't care because I don't care. It's been reprinted in other editions. It's $5. So I bought them all. I said, hey, it looks iconic. I got an original piece. And I can imagine how many of you out there feel the exact same way when you talk about certain cards you care about. This card is going to have future value. Cards like this with original printings are going to go up in value as the game progresses in the years to come. Okay? Pay attention to cards like this. Maybe not this one specifically, but a card you like and can get an original printing of, hopefully near mint. I mean, this near mint would be very expensive, especially in an alpha or beta edition, obviously, thousands of dollars. But unlimiteds are possible for you for around the $300 mark, I think, when I looked. So this is a doable card, guys, and it is amazing to have this card in my collection. So for that, I'm going to say Icy's totally a bang-up card to have. Now, it's funny to keep going without talking about all the cards we've talked lately have been reserve list cards. And I've touched base on a few things that have been going up in value that are odd. Unlimited lands are one of them. Now, in this case, this deal is almost exclusively for Americans because when Canadians try to buy unlimited lands, or Australians do, or people in the UK, Germany, we have all the import fees. We have things that slow us down and stop us from buying them. So those of you guys in the US, you might want to pick some of these up because you're paying pennies on a dollar to what we play in Canada. You can get whole play sets. You can even get beta and alpha lands for half of what I can get it for. So kudos to you guys out there. Pick these lands up, grab them, and hold on to them. They are a good value card, and as people try to fill out collections later, you gotta have your basic lands. You can't go anywhere with a collection without it. And they're just the color and texture is so rich on the cards when they did unlimited that it's just beautiful to look at. So I totally recommend getting them if you can. I know they're on my hit list of cards to pick up once I bought other things. Mox Diamond. So, something definitely to keep an eye. Get it? I rub my eye and say keep an eye. That's funny. Now, these cards I'm showing you, like I remember Jump. You're going to see it in the middle there on your screen. I remember using that in a tournament, like to have my kobolds go over the force of nature, and I bloodlusted and killed the guy. Like I remember it being a combo I used. I thought it was so epic to finish him that way with a little greedy kobold. Now, I understand Jump doesn't really have a place in Magic like it used to. I get that. There's hundreds of cards, thousands of cards that do better jobs than it. But these cards are unlimited. They're sealed in a BGS case already. They're 9s. It is a very respectable grade to pay 45 bucks for a card like that when you pay 25 already for the card out of a case in varying conditions. Getting them at 9, and there was pages of this stuff, guys. Pages of it. As long as you're willing to hold on long enough and wait for the right collector or buyer to come along, or you just want to have it to look at, these are underrated asset class that are easily, I mean, you can't dispute their grade. They have a certain value for people already built into them. And that is a certain factor some people will look at. Not everyone, but some people. I myself would like to get a few key cards just so I can have it displayed in the background and remember it fondly with all kinds of memories, right? It's the memories and nostalgia that bring a lot of us back to the older cards that aren't as good, but they just did cool stuff for us back in the day. And I still remember my little kobold at Keep jumping over that force of nature. So that jump card is awesome to me. And seeing it rated and it's unlimited, come on guys. Cards are unlimited, and there was cheaper than this, by the way. There was cards for $16, $17, especially in the States where there's no $20 shipping fees. If you guys can get the States for 16 bucks a BGS rated 6, 7, or 8 card, just hold on to them. Get them and hold the line, man. Because you're going to see these cards go up just like the revised cards. But this is one step back with a smaller print run. Definitely a buy, man. Definitely a buy. Now, our next setup is going to be old Legends cards. Now, we all know Caracas has been reprinted tons of times. It's not like it's new or anything. But the original printing went from being like 25, 30 bucks. It's slowly creeping up. It's like $100 now. Maybe a beat-up copy for 80. Because the original printing artwork, I'm sorry, that watercolor look is beautiful to look at. And I've always preferred it over the newer ones. The cards like this, Cathedral, like Sarah's Cathedral, right? Or all the Guildhouse lands and stuff that, you know, added banding to creatures back then. I mean, they're all still usable in Commander, which is kind of fun. So I have those cards coming myself just to put in my Commander decks. But the idea of an original printing has got to be crossing people's minds. If it hasn't already, guys, and those who follow me on my channel, it should be crossing your minds. This is the information I bring you guys so you're aware of it. I mean, I'm not saying take financial advice from me. Okay, don't. I am not qualified. I am not a licensed person to deal in these type of matters. I'm just a guy stating my opinion. And I myself find great value in certain cards here, and this is one of them. Okay? An original printing, you can get like a BGS 9.5. It'll still cost like $1,000, right? But it'll have quad 9.5s. Amazing. I understand it's $1,000, but it's amazing. And you can get ones that are just 9.5, and you're going to be paying $500. Or you can get some 9s for like $200. I understand, but if an irregular is 100 and it can be moderately played, I might as well spend extra double the money and get one that's going to be cased up, right? That's what some people are going to think. So later on, as people try to collect Legends sets, whoever tries to, there'll be a premium on cards like this that have a higher ranking and a better look. And I'm not talking just Caracas. Any card from Legends, even the commons, a lot of them are going up in value because they're just rare, guys. The print run was low compared to what most people remember. So please, you got to pay attention to that stuff and be aware of it, which is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Cards like Caracas, crazy, man. They've been just creeping up, and people aren't really noticing. Got to let you guys know. Now, the last one I want to talk about is more modern type cards, which is going to be things like, you know, okay, this is a reprinting of it, obviously, right? You're seeing a Tempest running your screen. But we used to laugh at the Sapphire Medallion because, oh, you're trying to imitate a Mox. It has its own place. It's used in Commander all the time. It's been reprinted in Commander sets. The original artwork is gorgeous and beautiful. And these cards go for like 30, 40 bucks now. It's not like it's cheap or anything. So guys, pay attention to cards like this that keep creeping up. They're going to reprint it. They're going to bash down the price. but original printings will always hold more value than any reprint one, especially if it's a mint gem kind of beautiful copy. So if you're looking for cards like this, wait for a reprint to come along to bash the price down. Go back, try to snag a near mint copy. You will not regret it, okay? That's the stuff you got to be looking for to get ahead and get deals and stuff, or to build up your equity in Magic and have it go as a whole. And you can't regret the decisions you make because they're your decisions. They're not mine. You guys know your financials out there, not me. I'm a very stingy person. I can't go out buying stuff like this. I got to save up. And my Mox Diamond, my Cradle, I'm saving for those right now. Eventually, they're going to be mine. All right, guys. This is MTG Mox, man. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Stay safe out there. Remember, these cards are awesome. Oh, hey. How's it going, guys? I know it's the end of the credits. Things have gone by. What are you still doing here? I'm reading an email. You guys know there's a lot of angry people out there who don't like my channel. There's a lot. Most people don't realize this, but I'm like a flea speck of a channel, right? Until you're like 10,000 plus, you kind of get ignored. I'm nowhere near that. And I get some very angry emails like this one I'm reading about people who like say I should quit and give up because Rudy's awesome and I'm not. I get it. I get it. You have a preference in channels. That's totally cool, man. I hope you find just the right channel for you. And for all my viewers who like stick by and watch every day, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, those views help keep the channel really exposed and add more viewers to the channel. Every time a person watches it to the end and watches the commercials. But all the negativity, the emails I get sometimes from like angry people, I don't want you to be angry, man. I hope you find exactly what you're looking for out there. I hope you have a great time. You find a channel that you really appreciate and get a lot out of. If my channel is not the one that's doing it for you, there's got to be one out there for you. There are tens of thousands of Magic channels, man. So thank you so much for those of you who choose to watch. Thank you to my patrons. You guys are awesome, as well as all my regular viewers. You know, I appreciate you guys. It's nice to have people to chat with Magic about. You know, something else. Like thank you. I'm not thanking the angry person, though. That person's really angry. I don't think they had their breakfast in the morning. I think they're just having a bad day. We all have bad days sometimes. Maybe this person's just having a bad day.